Test. All right, we're live again. I'm going to try this a second time. So, we're back on the flat Earth map. And like I was describing before, everything's in the Tropic of Capricorn. South of the equator is going to be a greater distance than everything inside or above the equator at the Tropic of Cancer and northward. If this is what it is, which I think that it probably is something pretty close to that. Here's a depiction of the North Pole. Some people have seen this before. I think this was Mercator's projection. Of course, I think he projected the Earth as a globe as well, but he did also this projection, North projection, has been a common one. But yeah, he's interestingly got this 4 continents around this Rupes Negra. I guess it's black rock with these 4 major waterheads leading out, I guess. There's Groenland, America, America Pairs, say Pairs, California. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, has anybody been up here? I know Greenland. They said they've taken paths across the North Pole regularly, and that some of these are military secrets, but most of the modern maps, they're going to just show it as a white blob. Here's the Air Age map of the world. It's kind of low quality, but there's the globe version, and then they've spread it out this way. This is kind of a strange one because well, he's got the pole. He's got this all ice here. Here he's got the polar projection, a partial polar projection. I don't think goes down far enough, and then he's not. Then the south projection is a tiny little South Pole, and then just barely the bottom of South America, and nothing else. But in our actual polar projection, we've got, inside the equator here, that the Tropic of Cancer has potentially most of the landmass. Another polar projection from a war map. North Pole just left empty here. Oops. So, back to our Google. There's a little Bible thing. So, Psalm 104, Psalm of David. Bless the Lord, O my soul, O Lord my God. Thou art very great. Thou hast clothed thyself with praise and honor. Who does robe thyself with light as with a garment, spreading out the heaven as a curtain. Who covers his chambers with waters. Who makes the clouds his chariot. Who walks on the wings of the wind. who makes his angels spirits and his ministers a flaming fire, who establishes the earth on her sure foundation, it shall not be moved forever. The deep, as it were a garment, is his covering. The waters shall stand on the hills, or above the hills. At thy rebuke they shall flee. At the voice of thy thunder they shall be alarmed. They go up to the mountains, the waters, that is, and go down to the plains, to the place which you have founded for them. You have set a bound which they shall not pass, neither shall they turn again to cover the earth. He sends forth his fountains among the valleys, the waters shall run between the mountains. They shall give drink to all the wild beasts of the field, the wild asses shall take of them to quench their thirst. By them shall the birds of the sky lodge, they shall utter. Near them shall the birds of the sky lodge, they shall utter a voice out of the midst of the rocks, the waters, it is. He waters the mountains from his chambers, the earth shall be satisfied with the fruit of thy works. He makes grass to grow for the cattle, and green herb for the service of men, to bring bread out of the earth. And wine makes glad the heart of man, to make his face cheerful with oil, and bread strengthens man's heart. The trees of the plain shall be full of sap, even the cedars of Lebanon, which he has planted. He appointed the moon. So he made the land, the waters. This is talking about. Psalm 104 is talking about the creation. That he did all this stuff with the water. We'll go back to Genesis 1. Chapter 1. Verse 3. Day 2. And God said, there was light and darkness the first day. And God said, let there be a firm, which is that light and darkness on that last verse is, does this thing have a history? Oops. Light and darkness, yeah, he made his angels ministering spirits. So day 2, firmament, rakia, extended surface, solid, expanse, firmament, expanse, flat as base, support. Firmament of vault of heaven supporting waters above. Considered by Hebrews as solid and supporting waters above. Okay. So God made this on day 2 in the water, because remember at the beginning here the earth was without form and void, empty, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Upon. It's a prefix, upon, in, on, over, by, beyond, through, throughout, against, beside, from, off. So the Spirit of God was above the waters, or outside of the waters. And then he made light, separated light and darkness, and then he made a firmament, the dome with water in the middle of the water. God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself, and after his kind. God saw that it was good. So the third day he made the firmament. He divided the waters under the firmament. He made the dry land appear, so he basically drained the water under the firmament. so that the dry land would appear, and separated, made a certain level of the water such that these impressions of the land masses would stand out, and then he made the seeds, and he made all the trees on day 2. So that firmament, that action of these waters being divided, is what was being talked about in was it Psalm 104? Yeah. When he laid the foundations of the earth. See, he said he lays the beams of his chambers in the waters. He makes the clouds his chariot and walks upon the wings of the wind. Makes his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire. So he made these angels and spirits a flaming fire. It seems like on either day 1 or day 2. It appears. It appears before he laid the foundations, when he laid the foundations of the earth. Yeah. Because it says the waters stood above the mountains. But at his rebuke they fled. He divided the waters. They hasted away. They went up the mountains, they went down by the valleys into the place which he had founded for them. So he drained them out, I guess. Took them away, some of the waters, but then he set a boundary. That's the circle of the earth. That bound he set. I think it's Isaiah. Where is it? Isaiah 40:22. It is he that sits upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants are thereof as grasshoppers. He stretches out the heavens as a curtain and spreads them out as a tent to dwell in. That's the rakia, the firmament. Let's go. Created the heavens and stretched them out. He that spread forth the earth and that which comes out of it. He that gives breath unto the people upon it, and spirit to them that walk therein. I, the Lord, have called thee in righteousness, and will hold thine hand. I will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. You that go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the islands, and the inhabitants thereof. There's good stuff. Let's look at Zechariah 12:1. The burden of the word of the Lord for Israel, says the Lord, which stretcheth forth the heavens, and layeth the foundation of the earth. And formeth the spirit of man within him. The battle rages on. But Jerusalem, Shalahim. peace, city of peace. And that's in Jesus, who every eye shall see him. Every eye shall see him. Every eye. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he comes with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. So, that is coming, but he has made peace through the blood of his cross. So hope in him. Where was I? Yeah, I was looking at stuff on Yandex before. Yeah, so I thought this one was interesting because it appears to have a lot kind of larger islands, and even over here in this ocean, the South Indian Ocean, appears to be a lot larger land masses, islands, even potentially before the ice. I don't know if that's just damage to this picture that's on the picture. Maybe it's making it look that way. Very well could be, but there's some anti-flat earth thing, which is fine. I mean, that's fine. I mean, we can go down the rabbit hole all day, but oops. This looks similar to that last image. Oops, it might be even. But it doesn't really show all those islands I thought that it showed, so I don't know. But nevertheless, there are some islands, and there could be more land masses. If the southern oceans really are that much larger than they really are. Not sure what that one's supposed to be about. What's this? This looks like an old one from one of the books. Says approximate navigational confines. So there you have it. Let's see what else we got here. Andrew 14. Got a map here. Same deal. You know, my connection must be really slow because these maps aren't loading very quickly. Very high. But I guess that's about it for today. People say, you know, how is the sun and moon? How can that be if the earth is flat? Somebody superimposed the North Pole map on there. Okay. But the sun and moon, yeah, it would be like, I don't know, I guess 2,000 miles above the earth. I guess that's what they say, maybe. Here's another depiction. Of course, they're showing this here. This would be a very strange globe. But that does show the wireless cables being done at whatever time this was. Something else. Wow. Those towers, all those towers. Probably rusted away. Gone now. Anyway, I think I'll wrap this up tonight. Another one. So this projection is definitely not, it's not anything uncommon to see with these distances and everything too. And of course, here's the southern projection showing a tiny Antarctica with just barely South America and New Zealand, I guess, showing, and that's it. Up to, let's see, however many rings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings. Whereas in the northern, we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings. We've got like tons of landmass up here. But I guess it's all cold there too. World map for the air age. Except for that same map here is shown here from like 1500s, 16 maybe, early. Anyway. But I'll tell you, if it is this, then this is a very, very, very large distance of mass, land mass, ice mass, I guess you could call it. Which those would be the bounds that are talked about. And that would be quite something to explore, all of that. I don't think any one person could do it. I think some sailors did try and do that, from what I've heard. And we gotta have a lot more island detail on this. It's kind of nice to see that. Anyway. At the end of the day, this is an image too, and if it is flat, then it's probably going to be something like this from an above vantage point, I guess. But there's hills and valleys, so marking it all out's hard. And I've got to imagine just getting distances of sailing and all that's not easy if you're doing it for the first time. Okay, here they're trying to show a south projection again. An inverted flat Earth, I guess. Kind of funny, but here's, can't remember what this Mapamundi. Oops, that's a cool one. I have to look at the end of that one, what that's depicting exactly, because this kind of looks like Africa right here. That really does look like Africa, the Horn of Africa, and going down. Maybe, and I guess this could be Saudi Arabia, maybe. Nice. And then maybe this is supposed to be like the North Pole, somewhere around here, or somewhere over here. Yeah. This might be Europe. Maybe this is Africa then. This would be Africa. No. Yeah, maybe. Now what is this place? United States? I don't know. Potential flat Earth for you. Let's look into that one a little more. Mappa Mundi. Should I just click on it? Okay, now I can zoom in. I guess that's as far as I can go, though. Gecko? Morona? Um, India. Here we go. So if this is India right here, what would that make? Ethiopia? Okay. India, Ethiopia, Arabia. Nubia, Libya, Cyrene, Bizani, Barbaria. Is that Rome? Roma. Weird. It's a very strange projection. Fascinating. Okay. That's for somebody else to look at. I might come back to that myself another time. But so I think I'm going to end this broadcast. Very shortly. Alright, I think I'm going to call it. Oops. I guess this is the later. everything from the equator to the Tropic of Cancer he's showing in this picture. So if you were, this would be what the Earth would look like if it were a globe. Looking down on it from above, you would be able to see conceivably everything from the north all the way to the outer equator, the side. At least to some degree there. So this is what the land masses should look like. And then everything below, only thing below the equator, you'd see it again. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, see, even though even this is not gonna do it perfect justice, because the equator. Oh no, yeah, I guess this is. It's something around this, but this was 1593. Gerard de Jode. Oh, what's this? Another North Pole projection with the four pygmies. I think these map makers were kind of just copying off one another to some degree, obviously, but I don't know. Maybe there's something to it. Just based on this article, you can tell that yeah, this guy was probably mocking flat Earth. Um, but so they're claiming the southern hemisphere is enormously distorted. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what this is. This. Okay, they're showing a globe here, but then they're showing